Generic greetings and welcome back to Prison Architect once again. In the previous episode, we planned out this cell block several times, about 15 minutes of planning actually, and deciding that this is garbage and this doesn't work, and then settling on something that isn't entirely efficient or good looking or probably any good, but at least we made a decision. It is currently under construction. As you can see, we've got a row of small cells on the right hand side. Now these are, some people were questioning like what this is all about, and I will explain it a bit better than perhaps I did last one. You can see that the standard cell is a 3x2. Okay, that's what the cell is, depending on the orientation, 2x3 or 3x2. You get the idea. It's 6 blocks in total, and it has to be surrounded. It has to have a jail door. It has to have a toilet, and it has to have a bed. However, if you unlock the small cells via the legal thing here, you can actually ignore the sizing for it. So you can have whatever size you want, as long as you have the basic bed and toilet in there, you are okay. So technically, you can have a cell that is probably like that. Okay? So you have an entrance there, you have a toilet there, and you have a bed there, or whatever. As long as you've got the toilet and bed, and it's surrounded by a wall and door, then it's technically a legal thing, which is very, very interesting. I've never done that sort of size before. Does that not reach? It does not reach, which is a shame. I'm going to have to do that now, aren't I? Oh well. Yeah, so that's an interesting one. Either way, we pretty much have it sorted now. So that's how we've got a 2x2. So that's how we got a 4 cell block in there. And them are probably graded 0, I'm guessing. I've never checked, but they are, yes, they are definitely graded 0. So they're not even a basic cell, which is strange. Anyway, let us crack on, shall we, with finishing off this cell block, which is what I want to do this episode, as well as probably go into the common room, because it's something I haven't really touched, and it is, yeah, quite unfinished. So, we have a total of 122 prisoners, obviously getting more as the series progresses, with a couple of losses for escapes and deaths and such, which is never a good thing, but hey-ho. Right, we need to probably copy this side over now, and it is very, very, well, it is similar to the other side. It's identical, in fact. And there we go. There's that. I have already planned out a bit more of the shower. As you can see, it's got things like all of the drains put in and stuff, because this is where we'll have a shower all the way around the outside. But I wanted to put the drains in first, because if you put the shower heads in and then they start using it, it leaks everywhere, and that's just not good. So, 7 grand in the kitty, 7,843 generic units of currency to be precise. We are receiving 1,662 per day, and that's not entirely accurate because of the way you get money in the cash flow. We're also getting early release things like that as well because of the parole, which is good. So generally, we're doing okay. In terms of the grants we have stalled, obviously we're never going to do the prison manufacturing facility on this map because we don't have that planned off. We might expand, but I'm leaning towards maybe once we've done this, probably leaving it there, just because we've been on this for quite some time. But I'm going to be taking suggestions and stuff at the end and see what people really want to do. But, yeah, we're not going to do that one. We are going for a Reform Through Education initiative, which always takes, well, an infinite amount of time. I think I've only completed it once or twice, perhaps. It's not really the foundation education course that is the problem. It's the general education course, because normally the only people that want to do that are low-risk prisoners, or some medium-risk ones, and even then, the chance of them passing is actually quite low. And the problem with the low ones, and even some of the mediums, is that they leave via parole, or maybe just leave because they've served their sentences. So yeah, it's a problem that way. Anyway, what I want to do is just run around and place these. I'm not going to run everywhere, actually. I don't know why I said run around, but I want to go around and place these drains in. That's not drains, that is metal detectors. I don't know why that happened, but I've just spent lots of money on metal detectors, which is problematic. But I do need metal detectors in here and up the top, so it will come in handy. In fact, while we're here, we might as well shove them in here. So we'll go for metal detectors, one there and one there. And then we want also some rads while we're here. We'll put some not rads as in radiation from Fallout, that would be fairly terrible. We'll put some radiators in like so. And that should hopefully warm the area up enough. Maybe we need a radiator in here and here, the centre, like that. No, we'll not bother. We'll see what happens first. We'll see what happens. So, we're max speed. That isn't plumbed in, but now it is. I don't know why that was the case. Obviously, bringing in things like beds and such. Once these are sorted, these cells, we will then get more prisoners, as you can see from the top left there. We still have our intake set to open for everything now, and especially the death row. We're still waiting to get that. I don't know whether you actually need a death row facility in order to get it. I don't think you do, but it might be something we want to think about doing. Maybe once I've got this cell block done, perhaps putting that in, the chair, is a good idea. Maybe. Anyway, we're going to go over to staff and workmen. We've already got 12. We don't need any more. That's fine. Utilities, small pipe. Run a small pipe across. Obviously, the bottom one is done, which is good. I did say last episode I was going to put this thing... Found a pair of shears in a box. I was going to put the pipe down the bottom, and I went, oh, it doesn't matter, I should put it up here. And obviously a lot of comments were like, no, it does matter if putting it down the bottom, because then you actually plumb in automatically the water pipe. Which, yeah, it's correct. I have to do it at the top anyway because of, reasons. You've just seen it anyway because it wouldn't reach. But, yeah. Anyway, so these also require hot water, which is something we will run. So we're going to run up and across like so. And then we'll run them across like that and across like that. Now, you might be wondering why we've gone a little bit further. That's because we've got a radiator in these corners. So, yeah, now you know. In terms of guard towers, which is something that's been mentioned, I haven't got them yet, but I had planned them off. Look, they're in the corners and stuff. But... I just haven't used them. I think guard towers work not really the best on the corners. They actually work better inside a prison. Like you have it so you have like an open yard, and you'll have maybe a guard tower, for example, in like this corner, something like that. Because if they do start fighting in the yard, the guard towers just finish it off. They just put it down and go, nope, that's not happening. Sorry, mate, that's not happening at all. So yeah, that's always a decent one to watch. We've still got an issue with the food. Look, needs food. The trays are going in there, but just not really at the rate I want them to. Look, we've got loads of food trays in the canteen. Just they don't take them there. There's always the distribution of food is problematic at best. We also need some more. We also need some more fridges, by the way. Which I will put in like so. Someone mentioned this the other day, and they said that actually, in order to cook food, you need cookers. Right, stating the obvious, I know, but let me finish. And you need fridges to store the food. However, technically, for a kitchen, you only need one fridge. If you have less than one fridge, or if it's an illegal room. If you have more than one, then they will put the food in them fridges. As you can see, there's like a stack there, and they're putting it inside here. If you don't have them, then it doesn't matter. They'll just stack it in the kitchen, and it doesn't seem to go off, apparently. I always assumed food goes off, and maybe it does. Maybe there's something I'm missing here. But, as you can see, we've got bacon just getting put on the floor in a box here. Like, they're not storing it, or they haven't been storing it in the fridge, and it seems to be working fine. Interesting, that, isn't it? Or maybe not. Maybe you don't think it's interesting at all, but, yeah, it means you can sort of glitch the game out that way. Anyway, speaking of food, as you can see on the right-hand side, it says work-free time, eat, work-free time. And that's because, or / that is because of our regime. We did mess around with it last episode, and I think it's quite good now. Oh, we've got a bit of violence. We did. I'll pause it for a second while we sort this out. As you can see, I did mess around with this regime and have it so that we've got essentially 10 hours of work/free time or work/lockup, and also eat around like different like staggered. So we've got 2 hours between here, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hours between here. What I might actually do is change the eat time to that, because then we've definitely got 3 hours between each of them, and that makes a bit more sense. In fact, we could probably do that then. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah, that works fine. That's perfect. In fact, that's much better. Right. So we've got some violence going on. It looks like that guy's ripped his shirt off, and they are beating the hell out of each other. Yep. They are doing that. I don't know why they're fighting. There's a guy. Look at that. That is some Oh, there's a bit of brutality going on here. Are they going to stop? Yep, they're going to stop. So this guy's unconscious. Ah, yeah, you go, snitch. There you go. Chris, night nurse. What's that? Pro-copper? Pro-cop? Pro-cop. Yeah, pro-cop. Whatever. Either way, strong, tough snitch. Ah, problem. Because we have our permanent lockdowns over here. And that guy's not due to leave for a while. That guy's not due to leave for a while. Same there. Same there. Same there. Oh, no, he's not too bad. That guy's probably going to leave quite shortly. And so is that. Oh, actually, that's not too bad then. Right. So what I'll have to do is wait for these guys to leave. And then we'll be able to put him in there. I could do a permanent lockdown for him now, but that would put him into his medium risk cell solidly. I don't know what the solution is to that. As I said before, I wanted to expand these protective custodies, but there's nowhere to do it. So I guess it's sort of imitating real life, where, you know, it's not perfect. It's just, you know, there's no perfect. I don't think there is a perfect prison that's like never understaffed and never overcrowded. You know, there's a lot of problem with that. It's pretty much always in the news in the UK. I think prison overcrowding and things like that, where essentially we don't have the facilities and blah 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 and all that sort of stuff. I think there's a lot of places like that. But anyway, yeah, it's something we'll have to just manage as we go, and hopefully you'll be okay until we can put him in a place. He is, after all, tough, which is, I think, why he survived that, to be honest with you. So he's like, he's strong, tough, and a snitch. What I might do is punish solitary for 24 hours, and that'll keep him in there until hopefully someone leaves from this area, because I think he's due to leave in a day. That guy's due to leave very shortly as well. So we should have room very, very shortly. Okay, so it looks like this shower is pretty much sorted. We'll put a drain there. And I have all of these plumbed in terms of the utilities and water pipe. The hot water pipe is in, although we're still waiting for this stuff at the back. But yeah, that's pretty much done. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to go to our deployment and guard patrols, and we want to set a guard patrol up in a bit of a weird way. We're going to have a guard patrol going along and then down. And down here as well. Okay, and we're going to have the same sort of thing. Down there, and along. And then down. Alright. And then armed. Now, previously, we've never actually had our armed guards stationed anywhere. We've always had them, and a dog patrol there as well. We've always had them sitting around in here. No longer. Hire another armed guard. Guard patrols. Don't need to assign any of those. There we go. So they can go wherever they want. So we now have armed guards walking around. Obviously only in the high risk stuff. Actually, do I only have it in the high risk? No, I don't. I was going to have armed patrols, and it was supposed to be in here. Like that. Yeah, armed patrols there. We could have the same in here. That would make sense. There you are. Right, so we're going to go over to quick build, clone. And, well, we've already got this clone, so or selected as clone. So we might as well go around and place these cells. If you notice why I'm doing this, I'm actually overdoing it. I'm going like that and going up. Because if you just mess it up by going a bit further up, it's problematic. I've also just got a new mouse, so it's getting used to it. I originally ran a Logitech G600 because I love the 12-button thumb pads on the side. I ran a Razer Naga for a long time when I used to play MMOs quite a bit, and then just that ran out. I think I wore it out after 4 years, and then ended up picking the G600, and it was better shape for my hand. And then I think, yeah, I stopped playing like most MMOs, but I play a bit of World of Tanks, so it's like it's still good for that. But I recently been playing, you know, like a bit less of that and playing more FPS, like Battlefield 1 and things like that, and enjoying it. And honestly, it's a bloody heavy mouse. It's like bloody leg. It's like a leg iron. You know, it's the G600 is a heavy mouse. So I just got a Logitech G Pro for another reason that it was on sale, and I went, ooh, that looks like a small lightweight mouse. We'll go for that, and it's a bit of a beauty. It's quite nice. I'm not sponsored by Logitech, by the way. I just happen to own some of their products. Anyway, let me just finish off some of 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's put the piping in and sort that out, which is good. It's currently asleep. We'll do a shakedown. Also got a staff and guard. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. And that's because we do have a total capacity of 144 prisoners. Just finishing off some of these cells. Good shakedown. 600 and... Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I paused it immediately as soon as I saw that. I was like, lightning quick reactions. Look at that. You got 2 dummy heads. 2 dummy heads. You've got 3 dummy heads, 4 dummy heads. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And then people who've tried and escaped. Interesting. Alright, we'll go back to the shakedown. I know I stopped that midway, which is always a problem, or whatever. So, finishing off these cell blocks, and then we will... Honestly, I think it's just a quick build. We'll just copy that side now, and shove them in here. And insufficient funds. Wow. Insufficient funds. That's a shame. So, we've got an issue here. I've just realised we've got 128 of a maximum of 123, and that's, I'm guessing, yeah, actually, it's a simple matter. It's that. It's because the tunnels, and what I'll do is I'll just remove tunnels, then I'll set that to prioritise. We need to prioritise removing of the tunnel. Oh yeah, you could just take the rubbish out, why don't you? Yeah, nice one. Can you actually remove the tunnel, please? That would be fantastic. It looked like Godwin was trapped in the toilet there for a second. Or in the hole. Maybe that's how we got caught. Someone of his generousness wasn't... That sounds a bit violent as well. Yeah, someone of his generousness just stuck the hole up. It's like, oops, sorry. It's like something out of a Looney Tunes thing. Oh, we got fighting. Why is that guy fighting? What's he... Is there any reason for this? I don't understand. He's just fighting for no reason. Let's get some guards in here. There we go, look. So this guy is destroying. This is Jimmy Creepy Jimmerson, prison number 1264228. Sentence of 5 years for kidnapping. No reputation. He's just kicking off for no reason. I have no idea why. Oh well, interesting. Right, max speed. We will get quite a bit of money when we receive some prisoners. Although it didn't receive any this time because that dormitory wasn't finished when people turned up. What does interest me is we're getting a death row. Ooh, that changes things. This guy has served his punishment now. 5 years out of 5 years. I'll end his punishment then. And we'll see if he is going to finally... Oh, hang on. No. Punish. Lockdown permanent. Turn back round. I thought he was only in the prison because... there we are. Now he's released. I was going to say, I thought he was only in the prison because his punishment was on permanent, but no, it does actually sort that out. Oh, don't say... Oh, it doesn't matter, he's released. Do you see that? He actually was found with a bottle of poison on him, but it's not too bad. I thought it was just going to say, no, you're not allowed. And there we go. I wonder what the rules for that are. Like, if you're coming to the end, you see it on, like, the films and the TV shows all the time. Like, I've only got 6 months worth of my sentence left. I'm not going to do anything crazy like try and escape. But imagine that, like, you've smuggled in, say, a mobile phone, or you've been found with drugs, and you've got, like, a couple of days left on your sentence. I don't think they would add any more to it, would they? I mean, I don't know if it works like that. God, look where they're stolen from. Look at all the stuff that's been flung in. Oh my good grief. Look at that. It's like, do you want stuff flung in? Because, yeah, it's like... It is just like it's just like an electronics warehouse, this thing. Look at the supplies of mobile phones and stuff just coming in. That is crazy. What's the price for that? Cell phone. Cell phone is only two symbols, like $2, whereas booze and cigs are $4. Apparently, it is cheaper to get them. It is cheaper to get the phones than it is to get booze or cigs. Interesting. Look, and there's awful lot. I think there's some scissors getting stolen from there. Do you reckon? Do you reckon there's some scissors getting stolen? I think so. Anyway, right, back to what we were doing, which was a quick build. That one there. Why does that one keep running out of water? Don't say it's right in between where it can connect up. I think it is, you know. I think it's right in between where it just doesn't reach, look. Like right in the centre. Yeah, because these don't reach either. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to do that. There you go. Done. Done. I'm done with it. Can't be bothered. Right, we'll go over intelligence, logistics and temperature. And this is... that's fine. Temperature's fine there. That's good. We'll max speed it. And £2,000 left. So... intelligence informants. These guys are not potential CIs, but that guy is... I'm going to go to protective custody, lockdown permanent. Alright? So now he's going to be moved to the cell that, I believe it was Mattel. I think that's where he was in there, yeah. So he's going to get moved over there. Excellent. Right, so what I'm going to do is... It is currently eat for the medium risk prisoners, but they're almost finished and the serving trays are not really in use. So what I'm going to do is go around every single one and dump them. And that's because we then rebuy them. And, oh, there you go, look, see that? Did you see that? It actually popped up a stack of 40 there. It did just appear. Oh, well. Right, it did just appear. And that fixes the problem. Room quality, as you can see, look, these are zeros. These ones will be, well, two. There'll be 2. That's all they're going to be. We might grade the lower ones differently. I'm really not too sure yet. So we're going to receive 40... No. In 14 hours, we're going to receive £22,000 for receiving a lot of prisoners, which is good. A lot of these being high risk. We do have to check informants and see there's fearless, gang members, things like that. In terms of gang members, we can see that we now have... Ooh, we now have several gang members, 5 in total. 1 red gang member, which is in the medium risk cell block. We've got 1 green member, which is in the high risk, and 3 blue members, 2 of which are in the high risk cell block, and 1 of them in the medium. So there you go. Obviously, if they commit any crime, however, our policy is to up them if it's serious injury, so they get upped to the next one above high. I don't think we have supermax in here. Murder get put to max. Does that actually mean supermax? I'm just going to say up. Oh, no, it does actually say super. Yeah, so I'll put it on max. There we go. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, so supermax is in there. We don't have a supermax in here. I know some people were talking about that, but you have to understand that supermax prisoners and protective custody prisoners don't really exist. I mean, the whole concept of low, medium, and high risk prisoners is a bit of a arbitrary thing anyway. Like it's mainly there. As far as I'm aware, it will generate their convictions. It'll generate convictions and all of that sort of thing, and how long they've served, and how much they need to serve, and then based on those, it will assign them a rating. So obviously, you're not going to get like a guy that's committed triple homicide in the low risk. It's not going to happen. But you know that's how it works, and you'll assign low, medium, high. But the supermax and the protective custody, you never receive. It's only something you assign yourself. But it's something we just haven't got, just for reasons. Anyway, we've got $3,000, probably enough to go over to quick build, clone, get that, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and overspend apparently. Nah, doesn't matter. We're up to 152 prisoners, and that will That will be a bit of an... So 152, so we will get 300 plus once we've got all this done then. That's good. That's good. What I want to do in the long term is really expand the kitchen to down the bottom here. Probably put a couple more canteen benches and stuff in, and then get the low risk up, and then it gets so the way we built it before was low, medium, high, and we'll do the same thing when we copy it up the top. But it will be a clone job. Will be a clone job. We'll do a shakedown again. I know we've done one just recently, but I think it's worth it just to keep doing it. And we'll receive 25 grand in a moment, and I've already got them funds planned. I think I've got most of them funds planned off, really. It's going to be common room, probably this block up here, and then maybe somewhere else. Oh, and perimeter wall. Perimeter wall is important to get down the bottom. Actually, on the sides now, to be honest. This side here, we need to go around. So we'll see. But that'll be in the morn. Just want a quick check at our programs. We'll actually go to reschedule all. There you go. It's actually put them in properly. Kitchen safety, we can stop that one then. Parole hearings on the go. Spiritual guidance is good. Workshop safety, no. Currently haven't got guard taser certification. Behavioural therapy when we start. Oh, it is actually allowing me to start more than one now. But it wouldn't before, so that's fine. We're going to run that. Obviously, it's going to cost us more money, but I think it's worth it. In terms of our bureaucracy, we haven't got taser roll out yet, and I think it's important that we get that now. I think it's because the prison is getting a bit more violent, or potentially more violent and more risky with the amount of prisoners that we have, especially all of these, you know, these high-risk ones. There's a facing game there. It's called Drain. Nope, I don't think so. He's called Sven, the Scandinavian Assassin. Ashnod, I think that is. Ashnod, I can't really read that writing there. Prison number 119715. Grievous bodily harm, perjury, and possession with intent to supply. Yeah. Anyway, back to Max. Everyone's in the showers, doing the thing. Obviously, these guys have their own personal showers, or they go to the dormitory ones. And we've now got 27 grand. More than enough for me to go to quick build and copy that and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's that cell block pretty much done. But what we'll also do is go over here. Objects, actually room. Execution. And you can hear the hum of it now. Electric chair. And chairs. Make sure we don't get the electric chair and chairs mixed up. That would be very, very bad. Actually, that probably wants to move back a one to there. Okay, and we'll crack on with that. So, here's the people turning up. Intelligence informants. Snitch, damn it. Deadly and cop killer. Well, that's an issue. Dave Harris. Apparently is murder, assaulting an officer. His traits, however, are deadly and cop killer. So that means that if the guards start fighting him, they probably are not going to stop. Volatile, fearless, and gang member we've got now for our death row guy. Where is he? There he is. Alex Pigeon. Prison number 2102674, sentenced to 74 years for multiple crimes, which is murder, grievous bodily harm, armed robbery, and aggravated assault. Likelihood of clemency is 34%. He's got volatile, fearless, and gang member. What gang member is he a member of? I've never had... He is a green gang member. I've never had, as far as I can recall, a gang member that's death row. Never had it. Never ever had it as far as I can recall. But either way, that guy is going to be escorted to a cell. Hopefully the one over there. Because if he's escorted elsewhere, that's going to be problematic. Right, so we're going to go to our flooring. Actually, no, we'll wait until they've finished this off. Actually, I haven't even finished this for myself. Look at that. There's loads of bits missing. Clone. I won't say loads of bits, but there's bits missing. This side. There we go. And that should be that side done. I think so. So, why are they taking them through there? Hang on, let's just go to deployment and access only. So that there. We do not want people will try to avoid access only if possible, preferring to take other routes. So yeah, they're not going to take the prisoners through this. They're never supposed to take them through that way. So we'll change that to access only. Right. And there we are. There's our death row guy. He's sort of looking at us a bit weird, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why, but he's got like a weird sort of head tilt going on, like, what? 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 What do you want? He's also a super cool dude because he wears shades indoors. So, you know. Yeah. Right. Finishing off this side. Should be quite easy. You know what? I'm finally going to... 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to hire more workmen just because it's taken so long. And some more guards as well. Because we've got 166 prisoners, so I don't think 50 guards is... Damn it. You know what that'll have been? Yep, there it is. There's a snitch. I did spot him coming in, but I forgot about him. And there was nowhere to put him anywhere. So yeah, that happened very quickly. It's always in the... Why is it always in the chapel? In the chapel again. I don't know why. It just seems to be a common thing. Oh, do you want to go to the chapel? No. No, I really don't. Why? Are you not religious or something? No, it's just that every time someone goes there, they get killed. Nah, no, that's not the case. It's only happened... What? Go on, say it. Actually, you're probably right. I think I'll pass. I think I'll pass. Because it does happen quite a bit in that chapel. It's the chapel of violence. The chapel of violence. Right. So, white tiles. We're just doing the flooring in here now. And then mosaics, I believe it was, for... Yeah, it's mosaics for the rest of this. And then that's this cell block done. Actually, is it done? Do I want to grade these cells a bit more? Yes, I think I do. There you go. There's the grid. They've got a chair. That's all they've got. And, oh, we now have death row. It's not plumbed in. Not plugged in, rather. And it can be. That should do it. So, let's have a quick run in here, see what it looks like. What I need to do is unlock... actually, I need to start something. I need to go over to here. And Death Row Appeal will start that. We cannot start Death Row Appeal. Why not? Edit schedule. Okay. We've got a problem with this. It's causing us an issue again. Right. Because I've got certain schedules done. There you go. Look, it's fine now. Because I've got this thing here, this parole, set as death row only, it wouldn't allow me to do it. But yet, if I go to parole hearing, look, can you see that? It's actually planning that off. It's actually planning that off, this parole hearing, in the shared parole. Why is it doing that? It's really glitched out, that. Really glitched out. So we'll have to reschedule all of these parole hearings to that. Actually, we can't even do that one. That should be a bit better. We'll stop that one. So now we've got 4 parole hearings actually in the proper parole area, and then a death row parole in the death row parole bit. That just says parole, but we know it's death row parole. The game does need a 3.0 because it doesn't assign, it doesn't differentiate between the assignments. Because, you know, if I assign more, it's just gonna put the parole, like you saw there, the death row parole was on shared parole, and the shared parole was on death row parole. But in terms of the assignment, this is death row. You can see this is all death row, so only death row around here. But yet it doesn't say death row parole in there. Yet when this is staff only, it now changes to staff canteen, whereas it doesn't other way. Yeah, there's just quirks like that. It's just interesting, just weird. Anyway, we're gonna leave it there because we've cracked on quite a bit. Not bad at all. We've got this cell block done and dusted, as you can see. Next episode, we want to... Oh, and obviously, we've also got execution and yeah, our first death row inmate. Next episode, I want to expand the common room, expand the kitchen, and probably go over this side here. But we haven't got much money to do it in, so we might have to sell some more shares, but we'll see how it goes. As always, comments in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings. And it's turned on. There it is.